What time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, he's back from the dead. Your show. Putting it on the map, yeah. Saskatoon. Right next to New York. New York. Yeah, what show, yeah. Your show. What time is it? Your show. Yeah, time to talk some shit, yeah. Your show.
You've tuned in, yeah?
Yeah, fun Maggie. Bark, bark, wolf, wolf, who wants a treat, yeah. Keep listening.
Hello and welcome to the Wednesday edition of Your Show, the only live from 4 to 5 Monday to Friday show on YouTube in Saskatoon, as far as we know, and we're very proud to be in that position as well. We like to make up categories around here and then say we're number one in them. For example, we can say something like, we are the number one show in the category of having an Uncle Brando playing some WWF No Mercy on the 64 while the show goes on as he warms up for the big Twitch stream we're going to be doing right after said show over on Twitch. Dufferin Ave Media, if you want to check it out. It's going to be very, very fun. We also are number one in the category of a show that always starts with a very special dedicated cam to the world's most beautiful dog. Her name is Maggie. Let's see what she's up to now. Oh, there she is. Hey, you're going to sneezy. Stop it. Good. Don't look at me. Look at the camera. Yeah, you're working right now. The Maggie Cam for our incredible friends over at Pet Planet on 8th Street, your pet's natural grocer. Mike and Rochelle, along with Leroy, who just so happens to be dating Maggie, always there to make your experience the greatest of your life as well. After hours and on the weekends, Kirsten, Shar, and Chris are there to give you that exact same service that you come to expect and love from our friends over at Pet Planet on 8th Street, your pet's natural grocer. Margaret, this is why you sneeze. You have to stop with all the lickies, okay? Good girl. Very well done as she slowly drifts off into puppy sleep town for the next hour before she gets fed, and that's when she really thrives. She always lets us know, too. She likes to throw her food dish in the air, just to let you know. It's very funny. We also have another adventure with Maggie, the super spooktacular Halloween edition. I believe it's out now. Brooksie's out now? Yeah. Sweet. So you can check that out on the internets. Sure, it's there. Wednesdays around here have become a day of travel for us here at the studio, the beautiful Dufferin Avenue Media Network studios inside the Sotner Concrete Services Clubhouse. And we travel, not just a little bit. We're not going to West Ed, you know. We're not going to Sky Dome. We're not going down south to party in Mexico or anything like that. We go all the way over to the other side of planet Earth. And there we find a man. His name with us is Coach Number One. We also call him Adrian the Canadian, or AJ. Sometimes we just call him author, public speaker, Mr. Everything when it comes to all things important. His real name is Adrian Belarson. And we're going to check in with him right now. Let's go see what he's up to. Hey, and we got Coach 2 in the house, too. Okay. Nicely done, fellas. Coach Number 1, top of the morning to you. Good day and all that. How you doing, buddy?
Good. Yeah, good day, Gary. Going very good, very good. It's good to see Coach as well here, or
Yeah.
Coach, 2.
You got a haircut.
This is
Who
true.
did, Maisie? Coach 2.
Coach 2 got a haircut. Show him, Mace.
Here it is.
Boo. Okay, before we go any further here, are you doing this live from the scene of your current heating issues?
Really?
There we go.
In my, what do we call this room?
Furnace room? Oh, see, that's the problem. Mace, we can't hear you. You got a horrible connection. Your furnace is like a bunker.
Why? Yeah, but the Wi-Fi connection is right here. Let me try something.
No, you're good right there. You're perfect right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, I got something else. I think AJ is going to take over the show because he sent a message on our little
I saw it.
got like 97 things he wants to talk about, all very political, which is perfect for your show. But I'm sitting down. Funny the things that you find when you shove things away in your laundry room or furnace room or basement closet, if you're lucky to have. And I found a Aiden Bowman Bears helmet that I was gifted. I was trying to take my my senior year helmet with me, and Coach Bevan caught me, and he's like, "You can't do that, Maze. But here, there's this old one you can have." So I'm gonna wear it.
Fight green and gold.
Oh
There
my
it
God.
is. Dude.
That is old.
Man, I'm telling you right now, my dad wore that back when they last won the provincial title back in '78 or whatever it was. Look at that. You look like you
Yeah.
should be in a sidecar of one of those like motorcycles.
Yeah, it's weird how funny it looks without the mask, eh?
Yeah.
I
Ridiculous.
thought maybe it was one of those helmets where you just didn't have a mask.
Yeah, maybe.
One of those,
We should have a helmet day. We should have a helmet show one time.
I'm
See,
in.
you've already got one, but I think that made me remind me of one I've got in the garage.
This
I'm-
hurts my hair so much. I think my head's grown.
This is great. So where do we want to go today, boys? You're right. For the first time, we're actually like overbooked. I made the mistake of opening up the messenger again one time a week like I do to see where we're going on this one, and then it just go and you get about 1,000 messages. So I run away, but I read just quick enough to see there's some pretty interesting stuff that you, Coach Number One, had suggested. Now, do you want to talk at all?
Yeah, and before can I let you can choose, like choose your own adventure. But I did,
Perfect.
it's funny you mentioned Coach Comma Two's hair. Because when I saw you this morning, Gary, I was like, does he have hair extensions, or it just looks like fuller bodied, thick?
What, this whole thing? No, this is just natural. I got it did. Brooksie hooked me up with a quick hair undressing as we took it out of the braids, and this is what we sort of get. It comes a nice perm, looking like my brother Davey at his wedding back in the day over at All Saints Anglican Church. Just really permed out.
It looks crimped to me. That's a crimp do.
Yeah. Well,
Same
crimp.
thing you can do with crimping.
Crimp is the new bulge, Maze. We know that. New sayings. Australian Aussie sayings. You said you learned a couple at a conference this weekend, Coach Number One. What's going on there?
Well, I spoke at a conference for some emerging hospitality leaders.
Ooh.
So think of people who run pubs, restaurants, hotels. And of course, so they had a dinner the night before, which was a lot of fun. Obviously, you work in hospitality, so you're going to have a good time. And there's a few words that I just didn't get. And that's one of the things when I talk about in the book. I say when I came to Australia, what is the difference between Australia and Canada? And it's more like the difference between Saskatoon and Melbourne. But I say language was actually something that I had to get used to. So like there's terminology. Yeah, that looks good, Gary.
Thank you.
There's terminology that I'm learning all the time. So here's a word, and it's kind of relates to the show. So I'm going to spell it for you, and you tell me how you think you say it.
Okay.
So Duffer.
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 Coach comma two.
Duffer.
Duffer. Yeah.
See, that makes me think about, I don't know if you guys remember it all, Duffer's Game Room in town here. Oh, yeah. I know Uncle Brando remembers. That was where all of the birthday parties went to for like a good 5 years because they had literal arcade cabinet machines with just a red button. So you didn't have to push, or you didn't have to put a quarter in, you just push the red button. And then you could play as long as you want. And they also had mini golf down there. And at one birthday party, I went so hard that I locked my finger from playing so much that I couldn't bend it for a day. I was just going so hard on the arcade cabinets. Duffer's Game Room.
Those are coming back, Gary. They're like little arcade bars or whatever where they're licensed, but it's all ages on maybe the bottom level, then the upper level is licensed. And we were in Sherwood Park, Alberta, and they had one. It was the best place ever. You could play all sorts of pinball. They had like 151 different pinball machines and then different games there. Wish I remembered the name of the place, but it was pretty cool.
Okay.
Anyway, Duffer.
We got to get back
Duffer.
to Duffers. Duffer. Number 2.
Duffer means if somebody's being a knob.
Like a jabroni.
Do I look like a Duffer right now?
You kind of look like a duffer. Perfect.
Good.
Okay. So there you go. You guys, the challenge will be in the next week to try and use that word more often in your show. And then the other one was, I'm not going to get you to spell it because there's no ER at the end, but rigididge.
Rigididge.
Did you hear that one when you guys were here?
No. Rigididge.
Sounds
Gee whiz.
like
So, yeah, what do you think, Maze? Or Coach comma two?
someone that's unreliable.
Ooh.
No.
I was
Good guess. Wow, it was a guess.
I'm thinking a type and flavor of potato chip.
Oh,
No,
Ritzy
but
Ditch. That's a
that
good name for a potato chip.
Yeah.
keep that in the back pocket. But there's no chips here, Ridgy
Damn
Didge. It means like legit. Like that's legit.
Oh,
That's Ridgy
yeah,
Didge.
Ritzy Ditch.
Legit? That legit makes no sense, bro.
Well, that's Ridgy Ditch.
Ridgy Didge. Interesting.
That's
No.
way better than what we've got going on. What are the kids saying these days?
Oh.
Actually? So it's like if you're telling them the truth, they'll say, actually? I was like, yeah, actually. Why do you keep saying that? And then another kid will be like, yo, I actually was doing this. It's like, that's great. Come up with something cool like Ridgy Didge, morons.
Yeah. And then they'll just say like Riz, Riz, Riz. And then they go like this.
Yeah,
Kids
they
are the
say
worst.
Riz a lot.
Kids are
Yeah.
so dumb.
I love kids.
Riz, that's the one. Hey, but you know
Ugh.
what? Did we talk about this word before?
Riz?
Yeah.
No. I've been trying to avoid it.
So- But a couple of weeks ago, we must have been talking about it here. It comes, well, this is one story. It comes from the word charisma.
Yeah.
What?
And
Yeah.
so we're getting a thumbs up by the hand behind you.
Dude.
Gary, the one
Oh,
hand. I don't know.
Phenom? Phenom. Yes, sorry.
Yeah,
Phenom's on the
Phenom.
ones and twos. You're confirming the Riz is from charisma? Dude, why don't we just do it right and say plus 10 instead of Riz? Because that means your charisma is plus 10. Like, be cool about it at least. Riz is dumb. Sorry, that was a Dungeons and Dragons reference to like skill trees and attributes.
And then
Anyone?
the other one's Sigma.
Thanks, Brad.
Sigma. Yeah.
Sigma? What's Sigma?
Sigma Rizzler? I don't know, man.
Apparently Sigma means you're the best, but where does that originate?
Yeah.
Hey, hand. Anything? Nope. Even the Phenom's got nothing there.
Isn't there
It's
like
like A-type personality or
Yeah,
strong.
Sigma.
I don't know, like alpha male type of
Oh,
thing.
last letter of the Greek alphabet, obviously, boys. How didn't you know that?
Sorry, my brain's getting shrunk into a tiny helmet right
Yeah,
now.
you're gonna have the worst headache after this, dude. I will say your commitment to the gimmick is very motivating for me to do
want
something
to.
fun. No, I'm gonna find a helmet soon. Okay, so we got some new words that we can use: duffa and ridgy didge. Very fun. We'll see if we can
And gimmick.
incorporate that in. Yes, as we continue checking in with Coach number 1 and Coach, 2 on the Wednesday edition of your show. Do we want to get into this Travis Scott thing? Because I had a little talk yesterday with the All That Angst boys about mosh pits and how they're actually getting good again, because there was a long time where the mosh pits were just horrendous and you couldn't go in them anymore. Then we're at the Pennywise show on Friday night, and there was a legit, very, very, very good circle pit. And I was proud of everyone. There was no one running around punching and kicking and doing all the stupid shit that kids are trying to like do now, taking over the pit. AJ, you were at a Travis, or well, you weren't there, but your boys were at the Travis Scott concert. How did that all go out there? How does this connect to circle pits? I'm very intrigued.
Well, so it's their first concert that they've ever been to. We actually bought tickets for them for Pearl Jam coming in November. We thought, that's a good family concert, first one to go to. And then all of a sudden, the boys are going, we're going to Travis Scott. So I know what tickets are for concerts there. So that here they played at a stadium of about 50,000 people. They were in the third level, $300.
Oh. Oh.
A jumper or a bunny hug, $230.
No. For merch?
A jumper here
230?
is a jumper here is a full jumpsuit, like a full zipper jumpsuit. Those would be worth $230. A jumper should be just a hoodie, a bunny hug.
Dude, hold on. So just to confirm this, $300 to get in, $230 for a jumper.
Yeah, and I think it was $80 for a t-shirt.
So to, I guess, compare, I think the tickets for the Pennywise Dropkick Murphys show was between $80 to $100, give or take, where you're sitting. And when we were walking out, we looked at a bunny hug or a jumper, and I think they were going for like 60 or 70 there.
70 probably.
Oh.
Yeah.
So Travis
if-
Scott is doing something right or he's doing something wrong there. I don't know.
No, he's hopping on the thing. Like if you go to country concerts in town, which Gary obviously does not, but I was looking up tickets for a guy named Morgan Wallen. You know this artist, AJ? Morgan Wallen. He's all the rage.
Thought it was
He's a
Waylon.
Tennessee kid. The Tennessee kid. Anyway, I made that up. But he's from Tennessee. He sings about it anyway. Floor level seats were $2,000 at SaskTel Center in Saskatoon.
Hold on.
All the way back to
No.
about
Did you
800.
Did you say
And then
2,000?
2,000, yeah.
For
And I think that
one?
was 2,200 for a backstage pass per ticket. And so, and then up in the nosebleeds, like so you know the size of SaskTel Center. So for a concert with that set up with a big stage is maybe 13,000 ish.
Good size. Good size.
Yeah. So the uppermost out of the way level back corner, I think you could get them for 70 to 120, but it's like most of the tickets were in the $200 to $300 range for this guy. And then I was just like, what is he doing? And like, how do people, and what's funny, this guy always shows up during harvest. So he's supposed to be a country singer. He's not really being
Yes.
very understanding of the area that he's coming to, Morgan Wallen. I even tried to follow him to maybe get him to come on your show sometime, but he's too big, I guess. I can't even get Diener to show up.
Hey,
But
Diener's talking to you though. That's a start.
Diener's liking photos that I'm sending him.
Yeah.
At least he's
It's half the battle.
Didn't
Diener
block
from
me yet.
Fubar, Coach One. Diener from Fubar, the movie.
Okay.
so yeah. Ticket prices are out of hand. Like why do they need to be that much? I don't understand that either. But I understand you want to make your millions. So if the only way to do it is by touring, which with so much music being on Spotify and Apple Music, and it's not really lucrative like that. So guys are making it through sponsorship and actual touring again. Yeah, they're going to jack those prices up, and if people pay for them,
Dude.
Well, so
Like,
now here's the other thing I don't understand. And Gary talked about this, the mosh pit.
Yes.
So Jack had taken some videos there, and you can see this all on TikTok and that sort of thing. But where they're all like in a big circle, there's a big gap in the middle, and then all of a sudden, I don't know, does someone go 1, 2, 3, and they all just come in the middle and start moshing?
I think it'd be
If that's
dependent on the
actual
music.
verb. Is
Yeah.
they go on? Is there a cue that they go on?
So I can take that one, Coach number
All right.
apostrophe 2 or comma 2. And because we just literally talked about this, there's a bit of a difference between, say, like a heavy metal show compared to a punk rock show, as a lot of the heavy metal bands like to do what some people call the wall of death, where you get the lead singer, it'll be while something's building up, like, all right, I need all you over here and all you over here, and when I say go, you go, and then they run right into each other like it's Braveheart. So they'll like build it up,
Okay,
and then the
yeah.
second they start going, he's like, all right, effers, going. Then people just go and run at each other, and then it just sort of turns into something. With the punk rockers, it's more of an expectation, because if you're going to a punk show and it's going really good, you're going to get the guys who get really energetic and start going and going and going until other people sort of join in. And we actually talked to Matt from all the bands about what it's like when you're trying to explain to people to get into a mosh pit idea, because he's played a bunch of metal shows, and so he's been fortunate enough to be in that position where he can say, you know, it was organic, or if he would like suggest it, but most of the time it would organically grow. But the point is that it's usually on the people to get in there, unless it's like a really big dramatic thing like the Braveheart Wall of Death type of stuff. So it all really depends on the band, like May said, and the type of music that you're playing. We did come up with the 5 commandments for mosh pits, and I don't remember what they were, but we have 5 rules that are going to help you be safe and be awesome in the mosh pits. That will be on the new episode of the All Out of Angst podcast dropping tomorrow, which will be very fun. I know Maze is our only guy that listens, so he'll look forward to that.
I was listening today. I'm a show behind, but I was listening to Matt talk about all his tricks. So the one I listened to today was how they had a point system for when they go out to eat, who would have the most extravagant meal, but for under $10 or something. And I respect Matt for just being a brown toast and 2 eggs type guy, you know?
Yeah, how to survive on the road if you're a touring band. That was a very good episode. I remember that one. As we continue chatting with Coach number 1 and Coach, 2 here on the Wednesday edition of your show. Got a couple of minutes to go here, boys, and we'd be remiss, I think that's the word, if we didn't touch on the World Series. Maze and I talked about it on Monday a little bit. Coach number 1 says, oh, that's going on? I didn't even know. So I guess we will meet somewhere in the middle and talk about the battle of the luxury tax babies. As you got your Dodgers, you got your Yankees, you got all the corporate overlords, so unbelievably happy that all the faces of baseball are going to be showcased during the World Series. Coach number 1, let's start with you. Your thoughts on this year's World Series kicking off on Friday?
Okay, so it's Friday. I wasn't sure when it started, but I think that just shows that the interest level weans down. Plus, our baseball season has started here.
Here we go.
So, if you ever want to know what's happening in State League 1 or Senior League 90 State League, yeah, I can probably give you more insight.
Can we hold on? Can we become the official sports, I guess, updates for your ball leagues? Can we do an update every week, like a quick 2 or 3 minutes for you to just let us know who's hot, who's not in the league?
Oh, yeah, we can jump in that for sure.
That'd be fun.
I guarantee you all our listeners will be all over that.
Well, this would be for our listeners in Australia, all the followers of Adrian the Canadian, you know what I mean? Give them a reason to come and check this out.
Hey, you're good with this social media stuff. Absolutely.
Sorry, I really interrupted. Your thoughts on the World Series?
So I love it that it's the 2 monsters. If you're going to have East versus West, Judge versus Ohtani, Soto versus Betts. I don't know. You got the 2 powerhouses. It should be a pretty good series, and it's disheartening. In a way, it's disheartening watching Ohtani have such a good year because, he was on that plane flying to Toronto. Who was that pitcher? Who was the pitcher for the Jays that eventually got traded to the Astros?
Kikuchi.
The Japanese guy.
Yusei Kikuchi.
And he had the Japanese restaurant all booked out because they're going to have a big celebration. And now instead we're watching Ohtani go for the World Series for the Dodgers. But if I had to pick a team, I'm going for the Dodgers because I don't want the Yankees to win.
Not only that, you also got Kiermaier, you got Teoscar. The Dodgers are sort of like Blue Jays South, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like our second team.
Yep. Coach number
The
2?
B team.
Thoughts?
Who's like our second team? Who's the Blue Jays South?
The Dodgers.
Maybe we're the B team. The Jays are the B team, and the Dodgers are the A team.
There it is.
I don't know about that comment, but yeah, I'm with AJ. I mean, yeah, you got. I was forgetting about Jack Flaherty when we were talking last time. Gary, was I on the show on Monday?
Yes, you were.
Days are a blur. Yeah, so I forgot about Flaherty, who came over from the Cardinals, and he's found himself as the ace of a team that you wouldn't expect him to be the ace of, right? So that's announced that he's the starter, and then game 2 is your boy Yoshi, and he'll probably go 4 innings, maybe 3, and it'll be kind of a bullpenish game because I mean they have 3 starters, so their bullpen's quite large, so they could probably get through a game that way. And then game 3 is probably Walker Buehler, right? So I'm hoping for the Dodgers. I don't care. I just I saw this video of a family it should be super cute. I shared it with you guys on the thing, and they I don't know, they do these videos on the TikTok and the X, Twitter, and the Instagrammers and all this stuff, and it made me hate Yankees so much. It was the worst video of all time, and it was a loving family, and they're having fun together. And you shouldn't hate people for spending time with their family and creating content with their family. It should be special, but for that, I hope they have a miserable next 2 weeks.
Dude.
And just like that kid that's on it, I hope he's crying, and his dad's giant 50-year-old man arms.
Come on, dog.
No, we got to pick
Karma's
sides
gonna
here.
get you. I hope karma doesn't get you, Coach Karma,
Yeah,
too.
no
'Cause
kidding.
Oh, jeez.
you want this kid to cry for 2 weeks?
Like, what's wrong
No,
with
no,
you?
just every night that the Yankees lose and then get over it. But he looks really invested, so it'll probably be a 2 month stint until spring training. But
Dude, like,
anyway,
I'm all for Yankee bashing, like go right ahead, but to bring in those
Yeah.
little kids' tears, that's a little extreme.
just like, but that's would be his dad's fault. You know what I mean? Just like when I make my lessons aren't clear enough for when I coach or for my kids, and then they do make a decision, then I have to reflect, well, how did I fail in that situation? And sometimes it's just growing up, and sometimes you got to make mistakes to learn from them. All good, but that father made a huge mistake with that video, and he's gonna learn from it for sure, and the kid's gonna learn from it.
Dang. Okay. Well, before we go, I want to just throw this one out here and see what your guys' thoughts are about why do big, huge baseball fans like us three not give a crap about this game? Because this seems like the World Series of World Series is for all of the people that are financially invested in Major League Baseball. Why do we sort of shrug at it? Coach two.
For everything that AJ said, I mean, you got 4 of the highest paid players guaranteed by next year will be 4 of the highest paid players in the game. So you think that's all the star power you need, but there's just no romance to it. You know what I mean? There's 2 teams that are supposed to win. So it's not Luke versus Darth, or it's not Palpatine versus Darth becoming good. There's no moment in this series where there's going to be an underdog to appreciate, unless you really dive deep as a super fan and find a first or second year player that makes an impact on the series, and it's kind of their coming out party. But there's nothing. It's just the 2 powerhouses going together, and it's classic, and some people will love it, but fans that like a bit of an underdog story like myself, it's kind of whatever.
Coach Bud?
I just don't care about those teams. Like, I mean, I didn't grow up watching them. I've got zero emotional connection or investment. So that, to me, that's why it is. Last time we won 92, 93, 16, we start like, how good was that? I was actually in Bali on holidays, and I think J Mays, R Mays, Spud, we were all talking and watching the game together. But you get all these memories and all these experiences through these teams we follow as a group. And then, but with the Yankees, all we know is they win all the time and we don't like them. And the Dodgers were crap for so long. And then they've stolen Ohtani from us, diverted the plane, booked out the restaurant. Actually, I don't want them to win either now. I don't know. I don't care. I don't care who wins. It makes zero difference to me.
Don't blame the Dodgers, AJ, because it was Ohtani and his group just had they used the tactic to get more money, to get the money they wanted, and the weird contract that they had wanted to help out, to remain a contender, but to ensure his financial security, which whatever, you're going to get that with any amount of money. But that was just a ploy. It was a ploy for the Blue Jays. So you can't really hate the Dodgers for it. They gave them the money, they matched an offer, fine. You can hate Ohtani for it. You know what I mean? You can hate him. So if you choose to not like that guy, and then you're cheering for the Yankees, so what are we doing?
Not cheering for anybody. I don't care.
Yeah.
The only baseball we're cheering for is the local baseball. What's the league again there, Coach One?
We're in the Victoria Summer Baseball League, the State League 1 West.
That's the baseball that we care about. We'll have an update
on
that baseball league next week when we check back in with Adrian the Canadian, a.k.a. Coach Number 1, as well as Coach Comma 2. Thank you, both of you, so much for always making these Wednesdays so much fun. I greatly appreciate it. Say hi to the families for us, and we'll talk again very soon. Hey, give it up for the coaches. Anyone? I know you guys are over there. Can I get a cheer? Thank you. Jeez. Man, you're making it really hard out here, bros. That's pretty sweet. As we continue, halfway through the Wednesday edition of your show, Brando's still getting warmed up for the big Twitch stream we're going to be doing right after this show. WWF's No Mercy, as we've created a Dufferin Avenue Media Network stable. And Brando, looks like are you upgrading my guy? Nope. Oh, you're playing phase. He's doing his guy. That's fair. Wednesdays, not only check-ins with our friend Adrian around the world in Australia, we also get to talk to whatever bands are coming through for our friends over at 3 Hall Public House with our friends in Bloom Entertainment, as they have the Unplugged Open Mic Night every Friday from 6 to 9 p.m. and then a concert on Saturday with the band that you will see, or musician, that you will see and get to know right here every Wednesday. And we are going to check in with, as long as we're ready. Yeah, Phenom says we're good. Okay, we're going to check in with our latest musician. Go ahead, Phenom. The quest to bring music back to Broadway continues with our friends over at Bloom Entertainment and over at 3 Hall Public House. They got the open mic night going on 6 to 9 p.m. on Fridays, and then they have an incredible show for you to enjoy on the Saturdays. And we got another one coming up here, and this dude, he's going to be doing. Introduce yourself, my friend. Tell us what's going on.
Yeah, I'm Travis from Joshua's Habit. Been doing quite a bit of acoustic shows lately, so I'm excited to bring it to the 3 Hall on the 26th of October.
So now Joshua's Habit, if you don't know, is a little bit of a harder band. So when a band like this goes acoustic, it's a little more like exciting, I think, right? Because you're bringing something different that you don't normally get to do.
Yeah, absolutely. I still bring the energy though.
Obviously.
But yeah, it's a little bit more intimate. Bring the crowd into it, tell a lot of stories from the road, and you know, still kick out that 90s alt rock type grunge that I can hit now and again to keep it edgy and fun with everybody. So yeah.
So is it just you playing, or are you gonna have some of the boys with you, or what's the game plan?
This is just gonna be a solo act for me.
Oh boy, have you done that before?
Oh yes,
okay,
I've been doing it a few times here and there. Sometimes do some duo with the Diggers acoustic duo. Did some casino shows, which was a lot of fun a couple weeks ago, and just looking forward to doing this one solo. Yep.
Okay. So now we got that. Now let's spend some time talking about you and your band and your career. As Kinger always sends me a bunch of notes and I go over them, but I always joke that I don't like sticking to notes because then you become the robot. Tell me about this thing that you did. So we won't be doing that, but I do have a little bit of an idea of the background. But maybe tell us, like you mentioned, the stories from the road. Is that sort of like an asset that you have on stage when you're up there? Because you got some real good ones. Is that something you lean into?
It becomes more personable. I mean, Joshua's Habit had a lot of hours on the road.
Yeah.
We were touring from 2002 through 2010 pretty much full time across North America, and so I'm able to leverage some stories. You know, I did some touring through Europe as well and through Amsterdam, so I have some songs about that. And
dude,
leverage those
the dream, man. I'm not going to ask you to share any of those right now because it's like asking a comedian to tell us his act, but I will say I'm imagining some good stories coming out of Amsterdam.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Lots of, you know, Canadian whiskey and bunk beds and all the things, right? So
absolutely. So we got that going on. What else about you have you been wanting people, like, is there anything you've always said, I just wish people would know this about my band or this about this thing that we're doing? Is there anything out there that you want an extra push on as we try to promote all of our friends around here?
I think just shifting from that full band mode to this unplugged thing is pretty cool. Yeah. If you think about that whole MTV Unplugged era.
That was the precipice of this whole thing, King was saying.
So it really ties in quite well with that promotion and some of the stuff that I've been working on lately. And such a broad range of music and mixed in with new and old originals. I think it's going to be quite the fun show for sure.
Hell yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. So that will be this Saturday, another edition of the 3 Hall Public House, I guess, concert series, we're calling it, hey?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, the Unplugged, and it's really cool, again, because 6 to 9 p.m. on Friday, it's an unplugged open mic. That's what we're going to talk about, the open mic aspect of this, the importance of having an open mic in town. I ask all of the bands and all the musicians that come through here, how cool is it to have something like this back and for musicians, literally to be able to get back into a place where we all were before everything went to garbage.
Yeah, for sure. For me, and especially on a Friday and Saturday, so a prime time.
Oh, yeah.
Getting people out, getting the room full, having that opportunity to play and have some fun with the people that are out is going to be a great time.
Yeah, like I've talked to people who have said being able to connect again with fellow musicians in like the same room at the same time. Like it had been gone for so long, and to have a place where that's back again. And the perfect example. So we had our buddy Brandon who came in here, and he had just started getting into music. Like open mics were like his first stepping stone. Like once he started getting into open mics, like, okay, this is what we got to do. And he started getting his sort of career guided and on a path that he wanted to go on. And so it sounds incredibly important to a guy like that, but as well to a seasoned veteran who's spent a decade plus on the road doing this stuff. It's still just as important to guys like you, right?
Oh, absolutely. And jamming with some local musicians that come through, nothing better. You get to just really explore some of that original capability, and share the stage with some great talent. It's an amazing.
That's the
time.
best part. Absolutely. There you go. Our friend Travis from Joshua's Habit. He's doing the big show this Saturday as well. Do you know if you're going to get a couple of reps on the Friday night, the 6 to 9? Are they going to let you in there?
I'm gonna show up on the Friday night before, on the
Okay.
25th.
Perfect.
And make sure we get some players out, and we'll see what happens on the 26th. You never know. We might get some
surprise guests.
Surprise guests. You
I'm,
bet.
I'm waiting for that to sort of really take off because it's been teased for a while now. There's all these surprise guests that are going to be sort of going in and out, so it's going to keep getting more exciting and more exciting. So thank you again for all of this. I always appreciate it, brother. It's great to meet you, and keep kicking ass, man, because this is what we all want to see, is people that have, not been able to do this for a long time, and people that have been doing it forever, coming together and helping each other. We say we're not in the business of getting rich. We're all just in the business of getting comfortable, and this is another way for all of us to do that, because it's a place where we can all go and support each other.
Absolutely.
And I absolutely love that. So thank you.
Couldn't say it better.
Where can people go find your stuff?
So it's on Spotify, Joshua's Habit. We have a Facebook page. Just have a look and you'll find us. So
Support. We have a big rule here. We say, and it really helps us keep no dicks and no assholes coming through. So that's the first rule, is no dicks and no assholes as well. We always say, and we have like 9 different shows on our network now, and it started out, I said, guys, you're never going to tell anyone to do anything. Because my biggest piss off in the world is when that guy looks at you on the camera, like, don't forget to like and subscribe and smash that button and all this stuff. Like, I'll be loving a guy, and then they'll do it. It's like, now I can't watch any more of your stuff because I hate you now because you're telling me to do stuff. So we never tell anyone to do anything in that sort of way, and that's sort of another way how we try to be different.
Yeah.
And I always say, if people truly like what you're doing, they know how to support you.
Absolutely.
You like what this guy's doing, you know how to support him, all right? Help him out and help everyone else out that we talk to around here. I truly believe this is a place full of good people. So if you're around here and you're enjoying what we're doing, you don't got to worry about dicks or assholes, which I like. So thank you again so much, buddy. It's great to see you, and best of luck in there.
Yeah, cheers.
Welcome back. Another great previously recorded segment with our friend Travis. And going to be a hell of a night over at 3 Hall Public House, Friday, 6 to 9 p.m. You get in there and get your unplugged open mic on, and then Saturday night, Travis and the gang will be rocking your face off acoustically, if you will, with another great show over there on Saturday night. Love our friends with Bloom Entertainment and 3 Hall Public House as we continue on your show. This next lady you know as the co-host of the Past Our Bedtime podcast, as the woman who single-handedly saved my mental health with her business, Wendy Brooks Media. And you also know her as a family member of this team right here. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Brooksie!
Thanks, Brando.
Did you hear the one-hand clap from the Phenom, too?
I did,
He's
yes.
getting really good at that.
So nice.
I love how we just have a hand running things. It makes us stand out, hey?
Yeah, it's very Addams Family,
Yeah.
which is now on Netflix. The whole series.
Good
Just saying.
segue. Is your chair okay? There we go.
No,
the
my
turf on here. Shout out to our friends with the turf doctor helping us out here. This turf, very cool.
Yeah, it also makes your chair nice and
That's
sticky.
the one thing. Yeah. but
Yeah.
Other way. How are we? How you doing?
So good. Yeah, I feel like I'm not getting old, but someone I know is, and I'm going to take this opportunity to say happy birthday, Brad.
Woo!
My sweet, sweet husband.
So sexy.
Yeah, gotta love you. 43, he's turning.
Best in the biz, bro.
I think 43. Sorry if I'm saying you're older than you actually are. I'm pretty sure he's 43. 13 years older than me, which is aggressive, but yeah, that's who I married.
It's a lot of weird things. All you had to say was, "Happy birthday, honey. I love you.
Yeah.
We'll see you later." But no, you had to go weird with it.
Love you, old man.
What do you got planned for the big birthday? Tomorrow's the birthday, right?
Yes.
What's the big birthday plan for B-Rap?
So we're going to 13 Pies with the family.
Ooh.
13 Pies is delicious. The best pizza ever.
Can
Have
we
you
get
ever
a
had it?
sponsor? I think
No.
I've had it. Yeah, it's very good.
It's
Tell
so
them,
good.
Tell them we'll sponsor. We'll do some advertising.
Yeah,
Nice
we'll do
pizza.
some advertising. You could be on Slice by Slice with Asher.
There it is. New episode today, by the way.
I-
Along with a new episode of Bamford and Co. podcast.
Yeah, I swear Asher will eat this pizza and be like, it's the best ever
I'm
in my
excited.
life.
We'll throw them in the mix.
Yeah, that's
I look
my.
very forward to that. So you're going 13 pies and then
Yep, and then maybe we might do something after, depending if he wants
go to
to.
Bed Bath & Beyond if
No,
you have enough time.
no, I don't know what we'll do. We'll I don't know, whatever he wants. And then on the weekend.
For a girl who has the most complimented husband I've ever been around, like every single person that knows her husband says he's the greatest husband of all time, and everyone acknowledges how unbelievably, incredibly lucky you are to have this man in your life, and you're taking him 13 pies.
Well, I wasn't done.
I just wanted to let you know you're on thin ice right now.
And then on the weekend,
Okay.
we are hanging out with his two really good friends,
That's a good start.
his sister and his brother-in-law.
I love them.
And we're going to Golf Simulator for a
You
few
bought it.
hours.
Okay. Getting better.
And then we're going to Justin's place.
I love his house.
And
Go hang out with Gracie in Denver.
he's making supper because he knows
Such
how
a good
to
chef,
cook, which
yeah.
is nice.
Man, have you tried?
You
Haven't tried the bologna, but let me
No.
tell you, that smoked bologna that Justin makes, mwah,
Yeah, I've tried a lot of Justin's foods. Delicious.
so good.
Don't tell him I said that though, because me and him have beef all the time.
Yeah.
That's our thing.
He's
So
sort of a beefy guy.
yeah, and then we're gonna hang out and do some things there. Yeah, just a chill, you know. I a lot of the times I plan like really big birthdays for him.
Yep.
And this year he's like, I don't want any of it. So I was trying to really like do something that he wanted to do.
Interesting.
So
Did you say you overshot a little bit?
what do you mean?
Well, you don't understand. Never mind. It's all good.
Overshot what?
It's okay. Look at Maisie's helmet head.
Oh my god.
You see that? There. Look at.
The
He
red,
was
you
wearing
can
his
see it
helmet.
on there.
Yeah, that's from his his football helmet from
It's
the
super,
70s
like,
that Mr.
just
Bevan
that
gave him.
shot is like kind of creepy. He looks really angry.
That's Coach
Looks like
apostrophe
he's
too.
coming for you.
Okay, so getting back to this, you have the best weekend planned for Brad. Brad, we love you. Happy birthday tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
You're the best. Anything else you want to throw out there?
No, happy birthday. Kisses.
The only thing that can make this better is reading an update from Brooksie's Facebook statuses. You got two here. You said you only had one.
Well, one of them is like with my profile photo.
Oh,
So,
Okay.
which is cut off, you can't see it, but when you click onto it, it's full face.
okay.
And then the other one's an actual status. So,
I don't know what any of that means, so I'm just going to read these like we normally do.
all right,
Here
the
we go.
first one's a status.
This is a status from Brooksie all the way back to 11 years ago. 2013 is what that would be.
Oh, I was graduated high
Oh,
school.
it also
too.
says Wendy Brooks is, and then it's got a weird face and saying feeling insecure.
Oh no.
Is that part of the status? Is that like a setting that you made
Yeah,
so everyone knew
you
you were
can-
feeling insecure?
You can pick different emotions.
Why? Oh my! And this was happening 11 years ago.
Yeah.
Thank God I've avoided this for that long.
Yeah.
What a gong show. All right, here it is. Here's Brooksy. Again, feeling insecure. I'll try to read this insecurely. Keep dreaming, girl. Maybe one day your dreams will turn into reality.
Okay, I didn't notice it said feeling insecure at the start, so it makes that sound so much worse.
Can you give us an idea of where that came from? Hey,
I don't
easy,
know.
Marge. You don't know? You're just having an insecure day and thought you'd talk about
Um,
turning your dreams into reality?
Probably about boys. It's probably like I can't find a boy that I like.
Boys are the
They're
worst.
making me feel insecure. Which, by the way, speaking of boys that make me feel insecure, me and Cora on Past Our Bedtime released a new episode, and it's all about red flags that we ignored in boys. and it is very, very, very outrageous. And it's probably one of the craziest episodes we made to date, and I can't believe we just aired our dirty laundry on the internet like that. So you should go watch it past our bedtime on YouTube.
2 things, like Network Ryan loves to say. 1, don't tell people what they should or shouldn't do.
You know,
2,
if you would
are we
like.
just skipping past this second
No,
one?
I had to just put that in there.
Okay.
You can say that one.
Well, it's
It's
pretty
also-
good too.
it's also
from 11
cringy.
years ago, yeah. It's got a picture of half your face. This is nice. It looks like you're wearing a necklace of some sort, maybe? Some earrings? What's that?
That's I don't know.
Okay, well, whatever that is. Here she is again. This is Brooksie 11 years ago. And if you want to leave, I can guarantee you won't find nobody else like me.
And if
Did
you
you steal lyrics again?
wanna leave,
Why do
I
you
can
s-
guarantee you won't find nobody else like me. Do for me.
Dude, are you
Everything
kidding me?
is
That's
all
Uncle
right.
Cracker, bro. Did you quote Uncle Cracker on your
I did.
Facebook statuses?
Yeah,
Boy, you should have
It's
put
funny.
on that other part. You should have been like feeling a little jabroni-ish.
my taste in music is all over the place. Like you're listening to like rap, and I come in here, I know the words. I'm rapping Lizzo
true.
to you,
Yeah, that was
and
pretty
then
baller.
I'm quoting Uncle Cracker on my statuses. Yeah, I'm all over the map. So
I had an
wearing a Beatles shirt. Okay.
I had an older woman once at a bar tell me I looked like Uncle Cracker and asked if she could take me home.
Did you say yes?
God, no.
You
No,
you
of
should've.
course not. But I didn't know how to react. Like, do I want to look like Uncle Cracker? Number 1. And number 2, how is that sexy to you in any way?
You should have said, you won't find nobody else like me, and then walked away.
If I would have listened to any of Uncle Cracker, I probably would have said that. I didn't even know, I didn't know how to take it because I didn't know who he was. That's actually why I had to look it up. I was like, why is this girl calling me Uncle Cracker?
You looked him up enough to remember that song?
Well, when a pretty good-looking older woman comes to you like that, it's like, yeah.
But you didn't go home with her.
Of course. It doesn't mean she wasn't attractive.
I'll sneeze. I'm married to
go.
an older man. You might have missed out.
Oh, yeah, get the sneeze. Get
No, get away from me.
Get it.
No,
Good
it's
job,
gone.
Phenom.
It's gone.
She's going to sneeze. It's going to be good. Okay, now let's get into it because I don't just want to talk about your red flag episode, the latest of the Past Our Bedtime podcast. It's out now, by the way.
Yeah, it's the
Okay.
best one I think we've done. We laughed so hard.
You had yourself a witches party.
Oh yeah.
What's up, my witches? Now, did you do it? Did you do it like South Park and do a bunch of meth?
No.
Okay.
But on our
Tell
Past Our
us.
Bedtime episode, there is some talk of meth on it. But
Sweet.
But anyway, no. Cora threw the best witch party I've ever been, like Halloween party I've ever been to in my whole life. Like, it was insane. We got there and everyone went all out and dressed like crazy witch, like makeup, outfits, and everyone was like really different. I was
Hold
the
on,
only
hold
one
on.
with an actual witch hat on. Everybody made their own like witchy
That's weird.
things.
I want to know what's the over/under on broomsticks. How many people were there, first of all?
Oh, wait. I think there was 10
So you got 10 people.
and one broomstick, and it was mine.
Are you guys even witching, bro?
I
What are you even doing?
brought the only broomstick and I brought the only witch hat. But they were like authentic witches, like, you know, like I was like a Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
That's a good witch.
Yeah.
If you're gonna
So
be a witch, that's probably the best. one.
that's the vibe I was
This is
getting.
turning into Halloween talk. I like that. Very themed.
Yeah, so it was really good. It started off with like all of us taking photos with our outfits, which
Whoa. You started a party with a photo shoot?
well, because the sun was so good. It was like sun setting, and Cora has this beautiful like willow tree in her front
Stop
yard.
making it better.
And it was like golden leaves. Like, go check out my Instagram, Wendy Brooks,
Stop telling people what to do.
to see it. If you want to see it, Wendy Brooks.
That's
on
where you can
Instagram.
find it.
Yeah,
See?
check
There
it
you go.
out. Just kidding. Anyway, so we took photos and then we went inside and the decorations. Cora's so hardcore. She went to like handyman rentals
Come on.
and rented stuff for the tablecloths. There's like greenery. There's like these candles. She had like all these witchy books, and she actually had like candles, like the long ones, and she lit those. And then there was candles hanging all from her ceiling. It was insane.
And the house didn't burn down,
No,
obviously.
but
so
the
that's good.
candles on the ceiling were fake. But they were like see-through strings or something, so it looked like Harry
Ooh.
Potter like.
Dude, that's like those are like witch spells.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
you got the candles floating.
It was really cool. And then my brother-in-law Andy came and did a tea reading. He does like tea
You were
reading
telling us about
classes.
that. Yes. What did the tea leaves say to you?
I don't know. My tea leaves were not this time. Kate, when I went to Andy's tea reading last time, he put the stuff in the glass for us, and then we filled it with water and drank it. But this time,
You drink the tea leaves?
you have to drink it in a certain way so you don't drink all the tea leaves because you need the tea leaves to read your future.
This is before you read the leaves. You drink them.
You drink it, you leave the leaves in there, and then you put the glass and you put it upside down, and you spin it 3 times on the plate, and then you pull it up, and whatever's left in your cup is your fortune.
Like a cookie's fortune.
Yeah, but you have to like interpret it based on what you feel. Like, so if you see like
Hold on.
some
Whoa, whoa,
leaves
whoa,
are
hold on.
making,
Whoa. You're telling me that the tea leaf reader doesn't even read anything? It says, how do you interpret your tea leaves?
no, you try to interpret it, and then he went around and he's like, this is kind of what I see.
Okay, that's
and then,
better. Okay.
Yeah, he does that with you. But since I had already done one, I was like,
Wily veteran.
the way you were like
So, yeah, look at
hoity-toity'd me.
Yeah. So proud of your tea leaf readings.
Yeah,
Continue.
but anyway, so we did that, and this time we put our own stuff in it. So you made your own tea, and Cora has so many herbs, clearly, because she makes
She's
all
the
the
alchemist.
tea.
Yes, her specialties are amazing.
Yeah, but I don't
Still
know how
trying to sell them.
I don't know how to make tea, and I don't know what all these herbs are, so I just threw a bunch of stuff in, and mine ended up being just a big clump, basically. But it looked like 2 hearts stuck to each other, so I was like, oh, it might be me and my husband, and that's all I got out of that.
Turns out it was just a
and it looked
tea
like-
leaf version of the movie The Clumps.
Yeah, basically.
Do you know The Clumps?
No,
That's pretty funny. I think that's like Eddie Murphy or something.
the clump. Okay, wait,
Anyone?
wait.
You know The Clumps? All right.
Anyway,
Keep going. I'll
there was
figure it
also
out.
one where it looked like the person was like doing a strong arm, like
A
this.
flex?
Yeah, flexing. So anyway, so after we did the tea leaf reading, which was amazing, Cora bought a bunch of stuff to make sun
Nutty
catchers.
Professor 2, The Clumps.
Actually, I've seen that. Yeah, I have.
Eddie
Okay.
Murphy. There you go. I don't know if you can see that or
No,
not.
you can't.
Yeah.
But we made sun catchers after that.
I like that.
And
I
that
love
was
sun
so
catchers.
much fun. And then Cora read all of our horoscopes to us and a bunch of moon stuff because it was like a full moon
How
party.
many evil spirits did you let into the universe with this party?
I don't know, but it was crazy. And then after that, we played a murder mystery game, and it was absolutely wild. And everybody had a character and had to act out their character. And Cora had some like girl that gets locked in the attic, and anytime somebody talked to her, she would scream and hide under the table. But then anytime somebody overreacted, my character would faint. So it started off right away with Cora screaming, running under the table, and me fainting, and it was a very chaotic game.
Like out of nowhere? That just happened?
Yeah, and
Like
then,
no one knew the game was starting?
Yeah, and then
Okay.
I did an edible right before this game. Okay, so I'm playing this game.
Why does that sound so ridiculous? And I did an edible?
I did it.
Is that how you say it?
I don't
took
know.
an edible.
I don't know.
enjoyed a medicated candy.
Anyway, so I'm starting off, just normal. And then halfway through, it must have kicked in because I was like, am I supposed to be writing notes on this paper? And everyone's like, well, I'm not. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to start. So I start getting really into it, right? I'm like writing everything down. I think I solved
What was
the
your
universe.
character's name?
Faye.
That's not very fun.
Faye.
Get more out of that.
Faye Fatale or something.
Faye Fatale?
Yeah, and my girl was like a swooner, and she, for some reason, had a 4-year nap, but couldn't get any man she wanted. But anytime she had to think about something hard, her head would hurt, and anytime somebody overreacted, she'd faint. So that was my person. Anyway.
So close to the real you.
I know, it was crazy. And
Yeah.
then my stepbrother, Andy, was like playing his character, blah, blah, blah. And then halfway through the game, he's reading this thing about him, and he has to talk about how hot this other guy is. And
Sweet.
my brother-in-law's like gay, so we got really excited. He's like, I can't believe my character is gay. And I was like, both of our characters are so much like ourselves.
Are you sure this was a game or this was just like the party?
It was a game. It was a game.
Oh, okay.
And then anyway, so I'm going through and they're reading all these clues, and I think I'm positive I know who it is, and everyone's getting being like, okay, Wendy, calm down, you can't hog all the clues. I'm like, but I know nobody else cares, because by the end of it was so long and people were getting like so drunk they didn't care. And I was like, well, I wasn't sober, whatever, but I wasn't drinking. That was my,
Colonel Mustard in
Yeah.
the library with the candlestick. bro.
So 2 people were laughing at me so hard, the people across the table, because they're just watching me, and they're like, I can't believe your beautiful mind's doing it right now. Like, it's like the way you're looking into this. At the end, I got so excited. I was like, it has to be between 2, but I'm almost positive it's this one person. So I put it in. Everyone's like, Wendy, if you're not right, it's going to be like embarrassing. they go through it.
To be clear, she's never been embarrassed before.
Yeah, you know
It would have
what?
been devastating.
I was not right because I was the murderer. I ended up being the murderer.
Nobody told you were the murderer?
No, and I thought somebody had to. So every time they talked about me, I just ignored it. And at the end, it was so obvious that it was me because they were like, she had stuff on her dress like 5 minutes before she was found dead, and then she had to go change tomatoes like sauce out of her shirt that somebody else saw her.
That was blood.
And so everyone else guessed her based on the very, very last clues, not even anything else, just the blood, the tomato sauce. And I was like, okay, well, this other person has 1,000 million clues on why she's the murderer. And so all the people that just guessed last minute because of that last clue won, and I was the murderer, and everyone laughed so hard because I was so into it. And then I killed everyone. Anyway, but you don't find out you're the murderer until the end. So you could guess yourself, I guess. But I didn't know that. Nobody told me that.
It's one of those classic examples of you probably would have been there. Eh?
100%.
Yeah.
Anyway, but that's the story. I
sounds
just
pretty
It
chaotic.
was my first time ever playing like a murder mystery like that, where you have to get into character, and it was like,
So you nailed it.
yeah, it was
You had
fun.
a great time.
Yeah.
So what'd you win?
Nothing. Cora went upstairs to go change in her bathing suit and passed out. So everyone went home before they got prizes. That's all the end of the night. So nobody got to go in the hot tub either. Everyone went home.
You know what? I take everything I said back. Every single thing. That last little tidbit of information made the whole story come together.
I know.
You saved your story.
Oh my god.
That's
anyway.
good. Like, I was so out of that story, I couldn't even get the sentence out that I
You-
wanted to say about it. And must have been
You-
there. Had to be there.
You had to have been there.
But no.
But
you saved it.
I just
Can't
like
wait to talk. Hopefully she's here on Friday. Have you talked to her? I'd like to chat more about this
I haven't talked to her like
transition
since
between
then.
her
I just texted her and
costume to bed.
I talked to Matt on the way out. I was like, is Cora going out? She's like, no, she asked me to help her with her bathing suit and lied on the bed and then just never got up. I was like, okay. So
Now it's a story.
yeah, that's
good.
what happened. But
Okay.
anyway, the point of my other story was play murder mystery because I didn't think I was going to like it, and I was obsessed.
Do you think that we could do a murder mystery here in the studio and somehow televise it?
Yeah, it'd be very chaotic.
It'd be good.
And
Well, we
you-
wouldn't need like 1 million people. Let's get like a couple.
You need like one person to be the host. So one person like
Well,
gives
Cora
out all
could do
the
it.
yeah
She's hardcore, huh?
clues. She wasn't the host at the thing either. Her one friend Haley was.
But she could host.
She could, yeah. Want to.
Interesting.
Anyway,
Okay.
and her game that she has can. Well, it's really long. It took like 2 hours to play, so I don't know if we want to do it for that long. But
Oh,
that's
we'll
why
do a quick
everyone
one.
was like, I don't know about this. Let's just all guess and see who wins. And I'm like, no. I was like, I'm almost winning.
And everyone guessed you except for you?
Not everyone, but half of the
Majority?
people.
Okay.
Yeah, and they weren't even paying attention. They were just acting the whole time and calling each other names.
All right, Phenom. Let's Frankie fingers our way out of this episode.
This episode of your show.
Very well done.
We said it at the same time.
Same as we're playing, by the way. You can play.
Oh, well,
It's another
Again.
great show. Hey, thank you. You did a great job.
you know what? More Halloween talk.
Well, yeah, we're gearing up. We got, I believe we got the go-ahead to start going full spooktacular mode next Monday.
Awesome. Next Monday, we also release our Halloween episode of Past Our Bedtime. So,
Very excited. Maybe you can come in and talk about that.
yeah,
It'd be pretty cool.
maybe I'll dress up. I'm gonna come on Halloween.
Yeah.
My costume.
Yeah, you and Hardcore.
I'm gonna be a witch.
You're not going to get a different costume?
No.
Okay.
No,
Yeah,
I
it was a
spent
good one.
$90 on the costume. I'm gonna wear it more than once.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
To the Phenom, the cutest hand in the world. There you are. Thank you very much. Another great job as always. To Jabroni Couchtown. Love you guys. See you over there.
Are you guys both playing?
We got LB in the house. We got Uncle Brando in the house as they're setting up the Twitch stream as we'll be bouncing over there. Dufferin Ave Media. You can check us out. Uncle Brando and I are going to get going on our stable and our story mode on WWF No Mercy on the N64. It's going to be a lot of fun. So we will be doing that to Adrian the Canadian, a.k.a. Coach Number 1, and Coach Comma 2,
Why is there a
a.k.a.
comma
Coach
now?
Mays. It keeps switching.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
very versatile name. Thank you for another incredible chat, and to our friend Travis with Joshua's Habit. Rocking the house at 3 Hall, Friday night, unplugged open mic night, 6 to 9 p.m., and then they'll be gracing the stage again on Saturday night with the band. It's going to be fantastic. Be sure to check all of that out. And all of our love to our friends in Bloom Entertainment for setting that up. I love the idea. Bringing music back to Broadway. Remember, were you old enough? Was Broadway sort of done when it came to music, when you got to bar life?
No, well,
Like, was it still kind of cool? Did you guys go there?
so
You don't got much time.
no. Okay, but my dad did take me to a
Taking
couple
too
of
long.
bars when I was
Taking
19
too
that
long.
I was like, he's like, you're never gonna go to these because you're so young, and then we did, and there was lots of music at that point. But he was right, I never went to them until I got old. So now it's all gone. Just
It's cool
buds
again.
now.
It's coming back.
Right?
So you
Just
know,
buds.
You got it. And 3 Hall. Karma's very real. Do good things, they'll happen to you. I promise you. Have a great Wednesday.